I mean, Donald Trump is supposed to enforce the law. He is supposed to enforce the Constitution. That's what he raised his little stubbly hand on the 21st of January and swore to uphold the Constitution. And he's done everything but tear the Constitution up and put it through a shredder and pour Coca-Cola on it and call it a drink. I mean, the guy is unfucking believable. So, seriously, I already see the hate coming across. I don't want to hear it, guys. Those people do have the constitutional right. I agree with you. They do have a constitutional right. However, our health professionals should not put their lives in danger because of their constitution, because they want to use protest and use their constitutional rights, and they don't even want to take the precautions of wearing a mask or trying to protect themselves in any way. Instead, they're going to get the coronavirus. They're going to test positive, and they may not even know about it for months. They may not even know about it till it's too late. But yet then our healthcare professionals are supposed to stop treating people that legitimately got the virus and didn't know what was going on, and they should be put over them. Bullshit. That's what was going around the internet yesterday, that everybody should take care of Trump's people. Trump doesn't have any people. Trump has a very small amount, and I mean small. You see that small? That's small. Yeah. You get it. Everybody got it out there. He has a very small amount of people that are still following him like blind, dumb, and deaf idiots. And there are some people that I have a lot of respect for that, sadly, I roped them right into that because, you know, this is actually kind of scary to me because it almost feels like this is prophecy. It almost feels like this is biblical. Because if you go back and you read the Bible, there are people that follow false prophets. And Donald Trump is not an attractive guy. He's not a charismatic guy. Okay, he's an entertaining guy. The fact that he insults women, and we find that funny, is pretty disgraceful. The fact that he bullies people on the internet when his wife is in charge of the bullying, you're not supposed to bully people, is unbelievably stupid of him. And I just don't understand it. I mean, I understand the hatred for Hillary and blah, 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 even though that does not say it in the Bible, my biological mother. It does not say it in the Bible that Hillary is the reason to vote for Donald Trump. That does not forgive you of your sins if you're a Christian. Bottom line here is that everybody needs to get a grip. And everybody is scared, and I understand that. But let me tell you something. These states that are going to open up, you are going to see their numbers rise in the people that test positive and the people who are actually going to die I think you're going to see the people test positive in the hundreds of thousands. I think you're going to see thousands of people actually die. And see, what you have to understand is, say you live with your grandparents, or say you want to go see your grandparents and you think you're okay. But this virus has a way of not even showing you any symptoms at all. So you go home and see grandpa and grandpa and grandma, and 2 days later they're in the hospital with the coronavirus and they die. And you know what? You killed them. You killed them because you wanted to listen to Donald Trump. So listen, everybody needs to put the brakes on and understand what the doctor said today. Do not listen to your governors, except for Governor Cuomo, and he could be Vice President Cuomo. Shh, I didn't say that out loud. I'm not going to bring anybody on that does not speak English to talk to me on a video call. I can't do that right now, but I will say hi to you at the end. I see a lot of people, and thank you so much, guys. But this is probably one of the most important posts I've ever done, because I really, really, really thought about whether I wanted to get on here and yet do another post. They're exhausting if you want to know the truth. But the thing is that I have this, I have this pulpit, so to speak. I mean, I have this voice, and it reaches a lot of people. And I'm very fortunate and very blessed that people listen to me and they believe in me. I had two people yesterday ask me if I want to run for governor. Hell no. I do not want to be any part of this government whatsoever. Our government is so corrupt. Donald Trump is just the icing on the cake. I mean, we need term limits in Congress. So if you want to start talking politics with me, there are a lot of things I would change, because all they do, I do not speak. Can you speak English? I can speak English. You're from Iran. If you can speak English, I'll take you live and we can talk together. But if you can't speak English, please don't waste mine or the listeners' time. However, the thing is that there are a lot of things that need to be corrected in the government. And the reason everybody's wanting to hold on to Donald Trump and the GOP is because he's their lapdog. He's doing exactly what he told them he would do. And what you have to wonder about Donald Trump, and I say this over and over, is that when Donald Trump is distracting us from something, that means that he is doing something far, far worse somewhere else. And it's scary. It is actually scary as to what he could be doing. But let's get back to this. And then me running for government, no, that's not going to happen at this point. I did actually run for Justice of the Peace after I had the Justice of the Peace thrown in jail for prostitution after he put me in jail for a $15 hot check. That it was just a bad situation, and so I had him put in jail for paying a prostitute. And hi, how are you doing, Judge? You're not a judge anymore. I know you're out of jail. Trust me, I know exactly where you are. I keep tabs on you. But the thing is that everybody take a deep breath. Remember what the doctor said. The doctor said, imagine if I gave you I don't know that he actually used the word Z-Pack, but that's just what popped in my mind. And I told you to take this Z-Pack for 10 days. And you only take it for 3 or 4. And then you, because you're feeling better, and you miraculously decide you're going to be the doctor and you're not going to take the rest of the Z-Pack. Well, guess what? You're going to relapse. I've actually done it before. I'll stand up and tell you guys. I fell prey to it. I did a Z-Pack years and years ago. And on the 3rd day, I started feeling great. So I stopped taking it. Man, on the 10th day, I was in the hospital almost with pneumonia. So this is no bullshit. And you are literally making life-altering decisions. I mean, Greg Abbott, when I talked about this the other day, I neglected to say what a moron he is. And I know the guy's in a wheelchair, and I'm not even going to go towards that area. And all you people are trying to do that. That is not what this is about. Bringing people down and being hateful, as much as you want to, we have to stop hating each other. We have to stop insulting each other. Donald Trump has made that the new norm. It's the new norm to cuss a woman out or tell a woman she's a disgrace or she's a fraud. I mean, it is unbelievable. I tell you what, if I were in that, I would only be in that press room one time, because the very first time Donald Trump mouthed off to me, I would say, you are nothing but a fraud and a liar, and you belong in jail. And the whole time they were screaming and pulling me out of there, I would be saying, you are the worst president in the history of this country, and your ego is as big as your fat ass stomach. And I got personal there, but that's because that's what I would say to him. And I would probably say much more educated things to Donald Trump that he wouldn't even get. It would go right over his head. Except he is a stable genius. We have to give him that. And God love him, just like Joe Biden said. But the doctor said, listen, do not listen to the governors. I mean, this is what the doctors and the scientists are saying. I mean, Donald Trump has got to be losing his fucking mind that the people that he looks back to be able to say what a great job he did and breaking his arm, patting himself on the back is just pathetic. It's sad. And I've run out of words to actually describe Donald Trump. And you can ask a lot of my friends. I'm not speechless very often. But with Donald Trump, it's just not worth it, because the majority of what he says, no, everything he says is a lie. And the funny thing is if he repeats it over and over and over and over again, then he thinks it's true. And a lot of you fucking morons buy it. I mean, seriously, have some self-respect for yourself. If you don't have it for yourself, if you have kids, your kids are going to reap the destruction of Donald Trump for the rest of their life. And you are going to watch them go through this. And when they look up at you and say, Mommy and Daddy, what did you do to stop this tyrant from destroying our incredible country? And you have to look down at them and say, oh, we supported them. I bet your kids will hate your guts. Seriously. Or sadly, your kids will start being bullied at school, because it's going to work both ways. But listen, back to what we were talking about. I wanted to talk about, where did it go? So, I thought I had it pulled up. I will. I see that. I will give you Corona numbers. They're so sad. I mean, you can go and look them up online, and I don't mind telling you about the cases that recovered. Like, I think 701,000 people have recovered from it, which is awesome. But I just get tired of talking. I mean, and I know that sounds like a cop-out, but you can go and look it up just like I can. I just don't like talking about the death numbers. I mean, we posted stuff on Facebook the other night. There were all the cases in Texas, all the way up to April the 19th at 12:01 a.m. That's how up-to-date those numbers were. And it was really, really heartbreaking to sit there and watch the numbers just keep going up and going up. And I just didn't even have the heart to change them, because why? They're just going to be worse tomorrow. I predicted this months ago. I said, listen, guys, millions of people are going to be infected. Thousands and thousands of people are going to die. And everybody laughed at me. I told you. This is not the kind of thing that I want to say I told you so about. Yes, this is Britney Spears on my shirt. And yes, I love her to death. And yes, she's amazing. She actually has a brand new song out right now called If I'm Dancing at This Age, or something like that. It's on our Facebook page. I don't really remember it. It's not great. It's not incredible Britney Spears, but it's something to listen to while all this crazy stuff. What states are opening? All right. All right. So Donald Trump once again has bullied people, and this is where things are standing. So this was, what day was this? Because I want to make sure that, okay, this is April 17th. And I saw a death toll number that I didn't like, so I may not even talk about it. But what I'm getting here is that just because your governors of your states tell you to go out and go to the parks, and I mean, they're talking about opening up the gyms. I'm not going to the gym. I'm working. You know what? As much as, I mean, I'm growing here at the house, and I'm not having to worry about. I mean, I'm missing the eye candy. I mean, I've got some eye candy here for another couple of days. But, you know, the thing is that we cannot be stupid about this, guys. We get one chance, and plus, no one's talking about this, so I will. We are going to have a second wave of people that are going to... this guy's got to shut up. He is cute, by the way, but he's got to shut up. No, shut up. Every time, and I sure the fuck don't want to hear Donald Trump, but every time that, all right, so here we go. Alabama Alabama stay-at-home work order expires April the 30th. Governor Kay Levy plans to follow state task recommendations, which include the following. Small retailers, restaurants, and other businesses to reopen with protective measures in place. Okay, so that is so vague. I wouldn't do it. I mean, why would you want to put you and your family's lives in danger? I understand the economy has to reopen, but at how many human lives do we have to sacrifice for that to happen? Okay, so let's keep going. Alaska. Alaska's a stay-at-home order is set to expire April 21st. Governor Mike Dunleavy announced April 15th that the non-essential medical procedures could restart May 4th. And I actually got a text message from my doctor saying that that was true. And he already was seeing an uptick of the people in his office. And they've been very, very fortunate not to have a tremendous amount of coronavirus cases, which makes me feel good about going in there for my appointments. California, there is no set end date for California's stay-at-home order. Governor Gavin Newsom has joined a multi-state task force along with Oregon and Washington to discuss the reopening. He warned that some restrictions such as masks in restaurants and bans against large gatherings will stay in place through the summer. Schools are closed. Don't even think that they're going to try to open them. They're not. They are closed. They are closed for the rest of this year. Colorado, the state's stay-at-home order is set to expire April 26th. Colorado Governor Jared Polis said the social distancing measures will remain in place until scientists are able to deliver a truly effective clinical treatment for the COVID-19. Businesses and school closures are set to expire April 30th, and he'll revisit them. Now, see, that is a smart response. He's not throwing his constituents to the wolves. And, Donald Trump wants to use everybody for guinea pigs on this medicine that literally probably will kill you faster than the other will. Connecticut's stay-at-home order expires May 20th. Ned Lamont said, and an advisory board to decide how to reopen the states. Connecticut is allied with Delaware, Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey, Rhode Island in a multi-state effort to coordinate the reopenings. Those are some smart states. And really, everybody should be on board with that. Why we have to be divided? Oh, wait, Donald Trump's not getting his way. See, Donald Trump is worried about going to jail because if he's not reelected, that's more than likely where he's going. But we'll talk about that at a later time. Okay, Delaware's stay-at-home order lasts until May 15th. Governor John Carney said that the state is far from ready to reopen businesses. See, he's smart. Schools will be closed for the rest of the year and possibly next year. Wow. But the overall message that we're opening up, as if it's tomorrow, is the wrong message to send to any state, including Delaware. Now, that is a smart statement from a governor who is thinking about his people. I understand we need the economy so people can make money. But listen, Donald Trump put $3 trillion on the books while he's been president. Plus, he's put $200,000 each way that he's gone to Mar-a-Lago to play golf. And Donald Trump should just not take a paycheck. And no one in his lying-ass administration should either. And then that will be a lot of money that people can use for their living expenses for a little bit. By the way, have you received your stimulus check? I have not. My partner did get his, which was great. I don't know what he did that I didn't do, but all right. It really helped a lot too, so... And there is a bill that is sitting on, that's not going to go anywhere with a, turtleneck there, but that they want to do $2,000 a month to every single American until the coronavirus is resolved. I would 100% vote for that because once again, The government has wasted trillions of dollars on stupid shit without any people in the United States, because we all die from a pandemic. And guess what? There's nobody to generate money of an economy anyway. Overall, the message that we're opening up as if it's tomorrow. Okay, we already talked about. Delaware's governor goes on to say, I am still staying at home. My staff is still staying at home. My kids are still staying at home. And if we venture out to walk the dog or anything, we are all wearing protective masks that cover our nose and our mouth, and we do not touch our face. And when we come back from our walk, we immediately go and wash our hands. Why can't everybody do that? That's just the perfect regimen to do. Seriously. District of Columbia. The city's stay-at-home order expires May 15th. Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser extended school closures for the remaining of the school year and possibly next year also. Okay, so Ron DeSantis is the governor of Florida, and he has got to be the biggest Trump kiss-asser I've ever seen in my life. First of all, if you blink, he actually looks like Trump. He's gained as much weight as Trump, and he can't even look into the camera when he's doing his press conferences, because he doesn't believe what he's saying, because he knows it's a bunch of lies. This moron in Florida, the governor, is assembling a task force to discuss safety reopening the state. Beaches reopened, which they consider essential activity. Seriously? A beach? Why don't you go in your backyard and pour water all over yourself? Take a water hose, invite like 5 people over, and y'all hose each other down and get naked and have fun. You can't even get naked on the beach. There's some beaches you can. Beaches reopen essential activity in parts of April 17. After saying that, he received extreme backlash on Twitter with death threats to his family, death threats to him, telling him he should resign. And I actually watched his press conference. And let me tell you something. In a press conference, especially on Facebook, you see a lot of people where they're hitting the love button, or they're hitting the like button, or they're hitting the hate button. There was nothing but hate on this guy's post. I didn't see one love in 30 minutes of his press conference. Everything was all hate, because people were saying, you're selling us out for Trump. Trump's going to lose Florida because of this. Trump's going to lose Ohio because of this. He went on to say, after saying he might reopen schools before the end of the year, DeSantis said April 18th that a K-12 schools would be closed for the rest of the year. I don't know why they dragged this bullshit out. The schools are not going to reopen, guys. Georgia's stay-at-home order is set to expire April 30th. Governor Brian Kemp announced Monday he would allow some businesses, some fitness gyms, bad mistake, hair salons. Man, I tell you what, if David didn't cut my hair, oh my God, it was not pretty. And to reopen for elective surgeries, and to resume all this beginning on April 24th. So they don't even really have time to put procedures in place to enforce this kind of bullshit. Hawaii stay-at-home order is set to expire April 30th. Governor David Edge said that he's taking a phased-in approach to reopening the state for businesses, schools, all schools are all closed for the rest of this year and maybe next year. Idaho's stay-at-home order is set to expire April 30th. Governor Brad Little, Republican, extended the order despite opposition within his own party. Thank you, Brad, for thinking of human life instead of Donald Trump. He said that some non-essential businesses can reopen on May 1st, as long as they prepare operational plans that include limits on how many employees can work at one time. They all must wear masks in the facilities, and anyone caught not doing that will be fined $1,000, no questions asked. Illinois stay-at-home order is set to expire April 30th. Governor J.B. Pritzker, as a Democrat, is coordinating reopening the state with the governors of Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Minnesota, Ohio, and Wisconsin. Those are all going to be states Trump loses. Schools are closed for the rest of the year and maybe next year also. See, I've heard schools were closed for the rest of this year, but I haven't really heard anything until reading this. I know this is long. If you guys don't want me to do it, trust me, I can just post it and you can do it later. In fact, you know what? This is a long post, so let me get down to my dumbass state of Texas. Let's do New York, though, because New York is one of the hot spots. All right, so New York stay-at-home order lasts until May 15th. Schools are closed until then, or schools are closed until then, and more than likely until the end of the year. Governor Andrew Cuomo, he could be the vice president nominee, said it's time to start opening the valves slowly but very carefully, and that upstate New York may reopen more quickly than New York City. New York Mayor Bill de Blasio has closed schools for the rest of the year and possibly next year also, and he has canceled all concerts, all non-essential events all the way through June. See, I said this was all going to come to an end, and we were going to start reopening August 1st. Remember that date, because that's when it's all going to happen. Unless everybody fucks everything up by what they're doing right now. Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island. I'm going to post this on our Facebook page, guys, and then you guys can look at it. I'm looking for Texas because, and guess what? Either I passed it or I don't see it. So let me do this a different way. Texas is reopening. All right. Let's see. We even might actually be able to listen to this fucking moron.
Weeks of restrictions and closing in Texas because of the coronavirus pandemic. Portions of our state.
I like her actually better. You know what? We'll do this. This is courtesy of Channel 5 here locally. Let's listen to them and let's give them credit first of all. I'm glad they're doing that. That's good news. That's good news. It's only like a minute long, and it's good to listen to them. So I'm going to be quiet for a couple of minutes, and here's NBC5.
Restrictions and closing in Texas because of the coronavirus pandemic. Portions of our state will reopen this week. Governor Greg Abbott announced the plan late last week with the first phase starting this morning. Larry Collins is following that story for us this morning. Live now from Dallas. Larry, good morning.
Good morning, Deborah. Yeah, phase one of finally reopening the state of Texas started this morning with state parks. Now, because social distancing is still important, state parks seem like a likely place that the reopening would begin. Several restrictions, though, do remain in place even though those parks are now open. Parks only open for day use. Advanced day use reservations are required. Those reservations,
that means money. All they want is money, guys.
Face coverings still required with 6-foot distancing mandated. Groups cannot be larger than 5 people. The next step, well, that will come Wednesday. That's when the state will relax restrictions on elective surgeries. Abbott said the need to postpone those procedures has passed, saying Texas hospitals can handle the number of COVID-19 patients. And finally, Friday, retail stores will be allowed to start so-called to-go services to allow customers to pick.
Okay, let me stop right there. Right now, that's already happening. You can do it at Best Buy. You can do it at Target. You can do it at Walmart. Like I went to Best Buy the other day and I forgot what I was going to buy, but they stopped me at the door and said, "What is your pickup number?" They're not letting anybody in the stores. So while this sounds really great, it's already happening.
Pick up products with minimal contact with employees and each other. Now, some say these openings are too soon. and could undo the ground that was gained by social distancing.
I'm one of those
last
people.
month. Abbott, though, says he has consulted a team of doctors.
What are their names? What's their names?
Go through the decision-making process about whether or not these strategies are inclined to increase COVID-19 or not increase COVID-19. We will do nothing that will expose Texans to increased danger.
Okay, so we're just supposed to take his word for it? Really? Seriously? Who are the fucking doctors that are telling him that? You know why he's not going to tell you? There's no doctors. There's no doctors. God, these people.
Now, again, this is just phase one. We expect to find out what phase two will look like a week from today. Live this morning in Dallas.
Okay, guys, so once again, people are making stupid decisions, and I'm going to make a horrible prediction once again. Any state that reopens, you are going to see a huge spike in the people that are going to test positive for the coronavirus. Remember, this is a virus that is airborne. You don't even have to actually show symptoms to actually have it. And literally, if you go around someone whose immune system is not as strong as yours, you literally can take their life. I mean, if that is not something to really think about, I don't know what is. But all I can tell you is that because of this, thousands of thousands more people are going to die, and hundreds of thousands are going to be infected. And what you're going to see probably happen relatively quickly is that when they see those spikes come up, you're going to see this whole world. You're going to see the United States of America go on lockdown, period. Get ready for it. I'm predicting it. Because when they see this start happening, they're going to say, oh, we did it too quick. And guess who pays the price? You fucking got it right. The buck stops with the President of the United States, Donald John Trump. Let's do his name. Impeached for life, President Donald Trump. Now, let me tell you about our radio show on Wednesday night. Our radio show on Wednesday night is America safe with Donald Trump as the President of the United States? Over 40,000 Americans have lost their lives because Donald Trump ignored our intelligence reports. No matter what is said out there, why he tries to blame China, why the vice president disgracefully, who is supposed to be a Christian, lies to the American people. When they stand before their maker, they have got such a really rude awakening coming. They probably both don't even believe in God. But the thing is that we're not ready. We're not ready, but you hold the key. You do not have to leave your house. And if you leave your house, wear a mask. And you know what? Have fun with that mask. Like my roommate drew a Joker thing on the face of mine. And I walked my dog last night and again this morning for the first time in a very long time. And he's a puppy. He's going fucking stir crazy and driving me crazy too because he's a puppy. He's a big puppy. He likes to cuddle though, which is so awesome. But you know, I understand people are antsy and things like that, but this is not the way to go about doing this. I like the idea of being able to pick things up at drive-thrus, and I think you should do that and support restaurants so they can stay in business. But those are things that we already do. The day that all of this shit came down, Lyft, Uber Eats, DoorDash, and a couple of other places, they all waived delivery fees. So it would be like you going there anyway. They just bring you your food and then they can put it on your doorstep and nobody is in danger. To put all these people around each other and expect they're going to wear masks, they're not going to. I mean, like right now, I went out yesterday and people were supposed to wear masks. Nobody was wearing a mask. Who's going to enforce that? Anyway, guys, 5 o'clock Wednesday, we're going to talk about, are you safe with Donald Trump as president? We welcome you to call in and tell us why you think you are or you're not. Phone number, grab a pen, give you a couple minutes. Remember, it's 5 p.m. in our new day, new time. 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Our constitutional lawyer, Amos Warrant, Best in Justice, constitutional lawyer, will be joining us. And let me tell you something. He's scared. I mean, he really has got a grim look at this. But the thing is that he's a lawyer, and he's somebody that has been sounding the alarm since day one of all of this nightmare with Donald Trump. And he never really got to the point. And guys, I'm not going to go live with anybody because I'm just about done with this. And I'm going to wave to everybody. There's like 90,000 people, guys. There's no way I can do all of that. All I can do is say thank you for watching this post. I know it's been a really long one. But in closing, let's say this. If you're sick, if you're running a fever, if you don't feel well at all, stay at home and save people's lives. If you live with people, then go in your bedroom and isolate yourself for at least 72 hours and wash your hands at least 5 or 6 times a day and sing happy birthday to yourself as you're washing your hands. David was telling me this, and I didn't even think about this because when I wash my hands and blah, 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 blah. But I didn't know that there was a time limit, so I started singing happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, happy birthday to Joe. And then boom, you've washed your hands for quite a while. And if you do that 5 times a day, well, you kind of start where your hands don't want to be washed anymore. But if it saves your life, it saves your life. Remember, do not listen to the government of this country. They have nothing but greed on their mind. So how many human lives is it worth it to open our economy? Ask yourself that. Do you want to be one of the statistics? I don't. So, boy, this is going to take forever. And I'm just going to wave, guys. I'm not going to answer all these questions. I'm so sorry. I will say hi to Keith. How are you and Dr. Rob doing? Because I actually know them very well. I actually introduced them, by the way. And they've been married for so long, and they're such an amazing couple. I'm scared. Here we go. I'm scared to go outside. My second time going outside, I had an asthma attack, and within seconds. Okay, so Miss Laura, what you need to do is you need to. Do you have any access to any eucalyptus? Because I have asthma attacks too. And you can get it at Walmart. And what you really need to do, though, is just control your breathing. And you need to go outside in your backyard first is what I would suggest. And you shouldn't have any kind of attacks like that because there's nobody around to put you in danger, it would be my thought. You don't really go into whether you were at a grocery store or walking your dog or whatever. So I'm going to assume that you're probably in a crowded area. So just remember, this is going to pass. Everything's going to be okay. And that would be my advice. Eucalyptus, it's your friend. Trump is a motherfucker. I'm not commenting on that. That's a personal attack. I'm not going to personally attack him. Hello. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm just waving to you. There's like 100-something thousand people on this. I think this is probably my biggest post since I have ever done one of these. Just wow. And a lot of you guys are out of the country. Good grief. That's okay. Our show's heard worldwide. And what I'm ready to do is to start figuring out how we can get some sponsors out of the country. Since we are reaching people, you guys do have an economy out there, or you will once it's going on. And I'm going to keep that under wraps for right now because I don't want other people to start thinking about that way. Good grief. I mean, thank you so much. I'm sorry. It's a never-ending story. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. I'm not going back down. I'm just going up. And then once it's over, then once again, I said thank you so much. Please do not listen to your people. Seriously, please only listen to your common sense. Common sense. If you don't feel well, if you've got a headache, if you've got a fever, if you're coughing, if you have no... this is something I learned... well, we'll just say I learned, you lost your taste. You lost your taste and smell. And they finally, like a week later, came out and said, yeah, that's one of the symptoms. And I believe that my friend that contracted that has actually recovered. So privacy reasons, I will not say his name, but wishing you the best, my friend, or somewhat my friend. He's a good guy. He is a younger guy though, so he had a lot of things that were going for him. And see, that was another thing that people made really, really stupid mistakes with, was that the media came out and said that this disease or this virus is only going after older people. Not. Within a week, you were seeing young kids die left and right. All right, the last thing I see is you'd like a coronavirus update. All right. All right, here we go. This breaks it down. All right, so here we go. This is as of 6:20, so like 1 minute ago. Dallas County has confirmed 2,428,000 cases. 2,428 cases today alone. 0 people have recovered today. There have been 60 deaths today. In Texas, 18,923 more cases tested positive today. However, 5,334 people have recovered. Sadly, 477 people lost their life. In the United States, 794,651 cases today have people tested positive. Recovered today, 71,861. Yay! Sadly, 42,486 people lost their lives to this virus that Donald Trump could have stopped. Worldwide, these numbers are outrageous. 2,470,410 people have tested positive for the coronavirus. Recovered, 645,335,000. Today's deaths, very sadly, 169,794. With that, I will say take care of each other and keep reaching for the stars, because that's where it all begins. Never let anyone tell you who to love, and how to make your dreams come true. This is a hard time for our country. Be strong. Read a book. Don't sit in front of the TV. And I get scolded for this all the time by my roommate, partner, whatever. And because that depresses your, I do this because this is what I do. But I never took into account that the negativity that it was bringing into the household. And for that, you have my apology, David. You have my sincere apologies. Because I even actually took his advice and I stopped trying to watch the news as much, because you know what? It really doesn't change that much. It's just some other reporter saying the same thing. One more death in Dallas County, as we said here. See, if we have one person dying a day, that's too many to reopen this state. Good night. Love each other. Make sure you take care of each other. If you go outside, wear a mask. That mask must cover your nose and your mouth. Otherwise, it's a waste. Love you guys. Wednesday night, 5 p.m. Bye.